Hola, Sao Paulo. And obrigado for being here. And that completes all of my Portuguese that I know. So I am sorry. I tell people I have to apologize because I'm from America, so I only speak one language. And I'm from Texas, and I don't speak it very well. So I make up for it by speaking it very fast and loud because I heard that helps. So we'll see how that goes. Yes, we're good to go. There you go. You see the kitten. This is my legal disclaimer, a kitten, because when I talk about some of the things that I do, you're going to look at it and go like, oh, Jayson, that's horrible. Why would you do that? And I'm like, well, I'm robbing you. But also remember the kittens. I'm adorable. I will never try to steal from you, kill you, or ruin you financially unless you pay me first. There's always a contract, okay? So when I talk about those really scary or bad things, just remember the kittens, okay? So here we go. The name of this talk is, and that was supposed to work. Whoop, there we go. Oh, nope. Creating positive learning opportunities via bank robberies. Because, you know, positive days, and I think I'm clever. And so I am the Chief Adversarial Officer of Secure Yeti. I'm the Chief Adversarial Officer because they were silly enough to let me choose my own title. So there you go. I hate bio slides because I'm supposed to tell you all the reasons why I've learned and done all these things that you should listen to me. Screw that noise. I like screaming at people. You're going to see that firsthand. I've been interviewed by like Wired and all these other places. I've been on National Geographic robbing a bank in Lebanon. I've gone and done weird things in weird places, like jumping out of perfectly good planes in South Africa, going around ruins in Cambodia, and going and visiting the pyramids and the Pizza Hut that's right beside the pyramids in Cairo. It's a beautiful place there. Pizza's good too. I love riding my motorcycles. That's my newest one on the right. I call it K2SO. It's like really cool. I got it all lit up and everything. And I love playing No Man's Sky. Does anybody else here play No Man's Sky? Because it's awesome. It's like, are you playing the new update with the shipbuilding? Oh my gosh, I spend hours doing that. We'll talk about that later because y'all probably came for something else and not talking about No Man's Sky. But we should really do that because that is an awesome game, and eventually I'll come up with a talk about that. But here we go. Let's get into it. I hate people talking about APT. Oh, we gotta watch out for the APT. Oh, we got hacked it was an APT that got us. And I'm like, ooh, you know, it's like, because, you know, APT stands for Advanced Persistent Threat. Ooh, chills, right? It's like, no, that's what your CEO tells the public and shareholders when you get popped by an email. Because APT stands for Adequate Phishing Technique. That's APT, okay? So don't let anybody tell you the difference. But to explain that, because I do bad, I'm just trying to mess you up. I just do basic, adorable destruction. I don't care about your compliancy or your Sarbanes-Oxley or PCI or anything of those other, you know, old white dude regulations that they have in banks. I don't care about all that. I'm just going to be the worst thing to happen to you at the worst possible time in the worst possible way. I'm great at parties, okay? So here we go to just explain it a little bit more. Oh, and we need audio for that to work. Oh, and we don't have audio connected. There we go. Let's try that again, shall we? Boop, boop.
We need to hack into the Pentagon. All right, let's go. Discord, J-Squad channel. Boom. Hey, Jerry, how you doing? Yeah, you ready to get back into our Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough? What are you doing? One sec, J-Drich Blast.
No problem.
What? Why are you playing video games? Because you told me to hack into the Pentagon. That doesn't help me understand. This guy, Jerry Roberts, works there. I'm gonna message him malware on Discord. Why would that work? People get hacked like that all the time. I thought you were gonna do some Mr. Robot stuff and like decrypt the proxies and stuff like that, but fine, whatever. Hey, J20, I'm gonna message you this really cool throwing build I found. Let's play that.
I want to beat the game first, and then we can do fun builds on our next playthrough.
Makes sense. He wants us to beat the game first, and then he'll click on my link. How long is that going to take? One sec. Hey, J20, we're just blitzing through, yeah?
No, I want to explore every nook and cranny.
I got my romance with Shadowheart action.
Oh, I love Shadowheart.
Good epilogue. That was really fun, man.
Perlac is yummy. Can you send me that link for that build you were talking about?
Yeah, no problem. There you go.
Let's take a look at this.
I'm in.
That's it. That's basically it. And you're going like, Jason, come on. That's being a little, a little too much satire. That's just being silly. Is it though? Is it really silly? We keep trying to advance technology. We keep trying to make technology the thing that's going to protect our people. And when technology fails, because it always will, the people are not prepared for it because they expected the technology to always work. We need to make it where the people are trained and are expected to protect the technology. So when they fail, and they will, technology can be the safety net to protect you. We've got to change those roles because that's what I do, is I don't use technology. I use your employees. Because everybody wants to think about the insider threats, and they always think that the insider threats are very malicious. Insider threats are like always someone out to get. No, that's not the insider threats that I use. I use the helpful employees, the go-getters, the ones that want to do what's best for the company. Those are the ones that I turn into the insider threats to help me. It's like, because there's a difference between compliancy and security. We think because we're compliant, we're secure. No, you got to check on a list. I mean, you can't just show the robber like, no, look, right here. It's in black ink. It's serious. That doesn't work. You got to do a little bit more than that. So one of the ways that I use insider threats is through kindness. Got my hearing aids. It's like I'm partially deaf because of a car accident. Do not listen to rap music at full volume with the windows up, and then have your airbag deploy. Not a good thing. It's like airbags deploy at 170 decibels, in case you didn't know. I do very well, and that's why I have hearing aids. As soon as I got hearing aids, I made sure they had a USB-C charger. Why? So I could connect a OMG cable, a malicious hacking device that looks like a regular charging cable, or my data blocker, which is an OMG data blocker. It's like, which is a malicious computer that will mimic a keyboard and compromise your machine. So I go up to the receptionist or the assistant, and I'm in a suit looking all official, and I'm like, hello, I'm trying to go to a meeting. My hearing aids don't work. Could you please let me charge my hearing aids on your computer so I can hear? And of course they're going to do it because, who wouldn't? And remember the kittens, you're thinking, Jason, that's horrible. I'm like, yeah, I've robbed a place in a wheelchair before, people. I'm trying to rob you. We've established my moral fiber. You're being robbed. Would it be better if I said politeness? Oh, this is a robbery, thank you? No, you don't get mugged like that unless you're in Canada. It's like, no, it's like, I'm going to try to use, kindness and use people's weaknesses. Also, I'm not very good with technology or anything like that, but I've got my friends like Philippe who can help me, because when I use a drone, I'm not flying it all over the place. I'm not that good, okay? It's like I fly it up, I do little circles, and I get my pictures, and I bring it back down because, that costs money. I don't mind gambling with my life, but I don't gamble with my money, okay? So, but what I will do with the drone is I'll fly it into the lobby door. Not up too high, of course, because I like my drone. I fly it like this so it crashes. And then what does security do? Because I do it around 7:30 at night, 8 o'clock at night was the last time. It's like, and security, they find a drone crashed. And security's not trained about security or cybersecurity, it's just physical. So they're like, oh, there's a drone. I bet you the video, whoever flew it is on there. We got to go check it out. And it's got a nice, helpful USB port on it as well. So they plugged that into their computer. It was literally a door opening access control system and their badge reader control system that they plugged it into. It was wonderful. And what they do is they look at the drive of the drone and they see two files, pilot information and drone serial number.docx. It's Microsoft, it's gotta be safe. And then the second one is a DJI movie file. Spoiler alert, you click on any one of those, it's gonna just come up with Rick Astley doing Rickrolling you. Because Rick Astley has done more for security awareness than any other security awareness program in history, okay? To teach people not to click on random links. And so after you close the Rick Astley video, it comes up with the command box, you have been pwned. I did that so I would be elite, and I didn't know how to bring up calc, so I couldn't pop calc on that one, sorry. The next way I use it is I use routine. Nothing fancy. I've got a YouTube playlist of different background sounds, and then I've got a PBX system that will let me look like I'm calling from anywhere. And so I call someone up, I call the help desk, and I ask them for help.
Sorry about the holdup on this. I'm working with someone as to what we can do. Because I'm not going to lie, Wayne, we are like...
This is an actual call.
Really out of options. Like, there's not very many avenues here.
Well, I thought it would just be a simple thing to just get that reset so I could get in. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to log into Fort Knox or something.
Right. That being said, there still is, like, there's rules and regulation with that, and I still have to follow it.
Well, I understand that, but it's like, that's the reason why I own my own company, because usually I'm the one that's like saying this is the way we're supposed to do stuff, and it's, I'm not saying I'm special and I need exceptions, but I'm just saying that this is an exception because, I mean, no one expected her to fall like that.
My wife, who was the user...
And I'm not trying to raise my voice at you, son. Like, I'm just...
Oh, you're okay.
I'm just...
I can understand the frustration, because this is like a very, very specifically fine-tuned scenario to work against you.
I know, and I sound like some kind of kook. It's like, with all this nonsense, and it's like, and I'm trying to handle the nonsense.
Okay, there I go, I finally shut up. Okay, so that one, I was like an 80-year-old guy whose wife, who I was trying to get her password reset because she fell on my son-in-law's steps because they weren't de-iced, and she broke her hip and she was in the hospital. That's why you heard the hospital sounds in the background, because she's hurt, her jaw's locked shut. It was horrible. 40 minutes he was on that call. And trust me, it was a long 40 minutes. I would have hung up on me. And he was professional, he was empathetic, he was kind, and he did not deviate from the security policy. He did everything right. And that should be celebrated as well. Because the only reason why the red team exists is to make the blue team better. If you're not trying to make the blue team better, you suck. So I love it when they do the right thing. He did an amazing job. Here's my next one.
This back to the cat dog temp password user. You don't have access to your email, right?
Not right now, not until I get everything back up. I mean, the doctor said that the chemo was going to mess with my memory, but I just didn't know it was going to be this bad.
Yeah.
I got you. I apologize about that. I'm sure we can get this figured out for you.
I do appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Anything else we can do for you?
That'll be it. That's all I needed, right?
Resetting my password was the least he could do. I mean, I have cancer. It's like, so, and it's like, remember the kittens, and I've had cancer before, so I'm not appropriating, so it's like I wasn't totally horrible on that one. So that's how I get it through routine. I just use the process of what they're expecting. Now, another way,
I'm giving her an...
There we go. So now we get another one. We look at a robber to get us. We look at a thing to get us. It's like, oh, wait, hold on. I think I'm running out of time. Do I have time for an 8-minute video extra? Huh? 20, oh, then hold on. I got to go. I can't do that one. We're going to do this one. This is me robbing a state treasury in the United States. You can see the other video on another talk that I've done, so it's no problem. So my job was that I could only come in after hours. I couldn't talk to any employees, and I could only talk to the cleaning staff, but I couldn't lie to them because they weren't an employee of the state treasury. They did everything they could so I wouldn't be successful. So I'm going to break in by trying to tell the truth.
Hello. Hi. I'm in trying to get back in the suite.
I was there the day before, so I am trying to get back into the suite, okay? I didn't lie. I'm telling the truth. Oops.
Could you let me in real quick? Yes. Downstairs?
No clean. Me no.
Could you let me in? I can't get in. It's like I just went to the bathroom and I didn't have my badge.
I was trying again. I couldn't get in. They wouldn't let me use a crowbar. I didn't have my employee badge. I didn't say it was their employee badge, but I had a day job and I had an employee badge for that one. So I didn't have that. And I'd been there for 2 hours waiting to hear the cleaning crew. And so, yeah, I went to the bathroom. I'm sorry. It happens. I drink too much Pepsi. So all true.
Could you try? Thanks. I just gotta do one thing real quick.
I'm only trying to do one thing, destroy their network. Truth, okay.
Working too late.
I mean, I wasn't doing it for free, people. I was on the clock. So she takes me down there. I'll try to find where the mouse is again.
You need key?
Yeah, I don't have the key to get in.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I come in.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Okay, so I'm waiting for her, and then I'm trying to, there we go.
I should be in just a second.
We're waiting for there. I get on the call, but I just want to go and just.
Right. Yeah, she's got the key. Okay, I'm good. Thanks. Bye.
And.
Thank you.
Okay.
See you later.
So I robbed a U.S. state treasury by telling the truth. And that last part was on the phone to the guy that was the contact, the employee who was not freaking believing what was going on. But I have done a phone call with a lot of people that weren't even on the phone. Because as soon as they come back, I go and say, oh, don't worry, stay in your office. They're going to let me in. I'll be there in just a second. And then the person goes and thinks to themselves, oh, someone else was going to let them in. And that's why I'm able to get in. Because I'm going and I'm making it look like it's natural. I'm making it like, because I'm going after human perception. I'm not going after a certain culture or city or anything. I'm going after how humans, we all operate on one level. Here's me robbing a bank in Beirut, Lebanon. I walk in and I look at this pillar. That was how I got in, was that pillar right there. I wait. I came in from the public side, and then I walked around the pillar after a little bit of time, and I walked straight in. I went to the very last machine. I said hello to everybody, because I'm polite. And I plug in my Hack 5 rubber ducky into the first machine. It's not even plugged in, but I was establishing a pattern. I was creating a rhythm, so when I went to the next computer, she would let me plug it into her machine, because she already saw me plug it into another one already. Now, I noticed this next lady, I could read her body language, and she was not really happy with me. So I did Bank Robbery 101 when you have to wait to attack someone, spin around in the chair a little bit, which I did. And then I realized I'm a guy, so I could just be rude and interrupt her while she's trying to work. Hey, let me plug it in. She let me. And then I was able to compromise her machine. But I want to please note, she was smiling at the end of it. I was smiling. We were all happy. When I rob you, it's usually a pleasant experience, and then I robbed the person who wasn't paying attention. So there we go. What made it possible? It was this column. Because when I first walked in, the tellers saw me, and they knew I was coming from the public area. So I'm not trusted. But then I came out and I hid behind their view where they couldn't see me. So human nature, they think that I'm talking to this lady right here who's on her phone. And then when I come around from the private side, the other side of the column is where she always comes in, where this person always comes in. That's the trusted area. That's not something you think about. One of the biggest mistakes is people think that we're different. We think that because you live in a certain part of the world that you're special. No, we're all the same. Humans are humans. That is the one thing I've realized. I've been to over 50 countries on this planet. I've never met a foreigner in my life. It's like we're all just people. And people wonder why I'm so successful at robbing places. I've robbed places in France, Malaysia, it's like Lebanon, Jordan, everywhere. South America, South Africa, it doesn't matter because I'm going after people, not governments, not countries. I'm going after humans because that's why it works. I'm going after people. I'm trying to go after the brain and how the brain thinks. I try to make it look like it's not something bad, something out of the way. Every single person here who drives a car, I'm going to tell you one thing that you've done. I'm not going to ask you if you've done it. I know you've done it. You've had to go from home to school, school to home, home to school, school to home. Or you've driven from home to work, work to home to work, work to home. And I promise you, probably more than once, but at least once, you've gotten in the driveway at the end of the day, and it hit you in the driveway, or by the time you got to the door, all of a sudden you said to yourself, did I stop at that light? Did I make that turn? Yes, because your brain, who operates a lot of the things in the background, knew that your mind was preoccupied, so it just did that. It knows how to control your body. Your brain can control your whole entire body. Has anybody thought about breathing right now? But you've been breathing because your brain does that. while your mind's doing other things, but now your mind's thinking about breathing, and you're gonna think about that for a bit, and then it'll take over and it'll start doing it again. It's like, because that's how that works. So if you can drive a 2-ton vehicle and not be worried about going on autopilot because it's repetitious, because it just knows what to do, then how do you get mad at an employee who is doing the same job day in, day out, click on the emails, check the press sheets, go to the program, Monday through Friday, sitting down at a desk in air conditioning, if you're lucky? That's a routine. That's why they fall into that routine, and that's what I'm trying to use against them. I'm using that human nature of like making sure that I don't represent a threat. And I also do it by just doing things out of the ordinary, but make it sound something where they'll do something. This is how I robbed a bank in the US using the solar eclipse. Why did I use the solar eclipse to rob a bank? Because I thought it was hilarious, okay? I'm being honest. That's the only reason why I chose the topic, because America, I don't know how it was happening in Brazil. America lost its effing mind because the moon was coming in front of the sun during the day, and they just couldn't handle it. We made Oreo cookies and Mountain Dew products because, we used to make fun of the people in the Middle Ages about how they handled the eclipse, and then all of a sudden it happens to us, and oh yeah, we're normal. It's like, so I used the whole thing like that we were creating a new website about a new ad campaign that nothing eclipses blah, blah bank. And I told the employees, I even told them, while it's not required, we would appreciate it if you could take some time to review the preview. The bad link is there. It was so successful. And one of the main reasons is because I had that big box right up there at the top. That was where their external email warning was. And that's what sold it. That's what made it more effective. You know why? Because this was a forward of an email. And on the very first email message at the bottom was the legal disclaimer, the external email threat. And then I forwarded that email, I created it to myself. And then I changed where the headers were. And then I forwarded it again to myself, but that time it looked like I was the CEO of the company, and I didn't put the legal disclaimer there. And then the next email, the one that I sent, had that thread. So at first, people are suspicious because they're like, oh, this is from an external email. And they read through the rest of the email, and they see at the bottom the same disclaimer. And just by seeing that, and you didn't think about that, that's not something that you consciously like, oh, this is true. Your brain just accepts it because it fits the pattern. I'm like, oh, this was legit. This is, of course, the person has it up at the top, they had it at the bottom. It's fine. And that's why it was successful. But don't worry, we're going to be saved, everybody. I want you to understand that. We've got AI now. AI is here to save us. Hey, I got a fun thing. You remember when Zero Trust was going to save us? Wait, hold on. Remember endpoint protection, that was going to save us? Oh, but wait, hold on. Intrusion prevention service, that's going to save us. Oh, wait. Hold on. Intrusion detection systems, those were going to save us. But then I remember, stateful inspection firewalls, those were going to save us. Oh, then I remembered putting a PIX firewall with a snort box, that was going to save us. How's that working out for us, everyone? Bueller? Yeah, exactly. We keep looking for advanced technology because we don't want to realize if we would patch our systems and spend time doing that and access control systems, we wouldn't have so many problems. It's like most 0 days that are coming at you are 10 years old. I got a thing for you. One of the phrases I hate the most, we gotta fix the low-hanging fruit. We gotta fix the and I'm like, Screw the low-hanging fruit. You need to get the fruit off the ground. You're not ready for the tree yet. Pick up that fruit first. Then we'll talk about some branches. If you don't have asset management in your company where you know what computers are on your network at what time, congratulations. You never have to worry about a 0 day. You're already owned. If you don't have a patch management system in your company, yay! No worry about 0 days there. You're already owned. That's the truth. But that requires work. And I could just go to the salesperson who has this really cool AI quantum computing that's done by the blockchain and stuff that's going to go and do endpoint protection through the fiber. That's going to save me. Tell me how that works out for you. And when we talk about AI, I want you to I want you to understand, I'm not a professional AI expert. My job is to be professionally unprofessional at everything I do. But there's a lot of other people that do AI really well when they're doing social engineering. I'm not any of those people. What I used AI for was to create a website. I created a great website that doesn't exist. So I can call people and tell them I'm part of IR-investigations. And we're investigating you. I'm not saying you're in trouble, but I need you to go to ir-investigations.com/your company's name /your last name. And if you can look at those documents that have you in there, and I'm not saying you're in trouble, I'm just saying in the context, if you could help us explain that, that would be great. How many people think goes to that link? Who goes like immediately to, oh yeah, it's a really great website. And if they decide to be suspicious and go to just the front website, AI helped make it look all professional and real. So all the web filter companies and all the companies that look for malicious websites, they look at this and it looks like a professional website. And look, I even have an executive team. It's like, I did my best to make it look as real as possible, so to reflect the sorry state of our society, it's a bunch of old white dudes as the executive team. It's like, so it looks all official. It's like, and I even went so much as created a fake Google map location on a street that doesn't exist, Oceana Drive, a fake phone number, don't call there. It's in Pearl, Iowa. All this stuff I created, and you need to respect that map. I had to edit a map in MS Paint. Do you know how hard that was, motherfucker? That was hard. That took me over an hour. The website together didn't take that long. I hyper-focus, and it's a bad thing sometimes. It's like, that cost me. But you know what's one of the funniest things about this whole site? I'm silly. The whole website is actually a troll on the book 1984 by George Orwell. All the names of the employees, they're just different first and last names of the characters of the book. The bio has little keywords from the book. Pearl, Iowa, Pearl was the nickname for the proletariats. Oceana Drive, the conglomerate of European countries that Winston came from. It's like 4981, 1984. Why did I do that, Jason? You're on a sketch. Because it was funny. Don't judge me. It's like, and also I use AI for a lot of other things, but I can't tell you about it. But there they are, to give me security reset questions. But I also social engineer AI. It's like I ask to do other things. I tell AI that I want to do all the password reset questions, but it won't tell me what they are because that's a security violation to give me leading questions. So I just said I was very lonely and I'm not very good with starter conversations. And so ChatGPT goes, oh, well, sure, here's some great starter conversations based on the security password reset questions. Thanks, AI. I feel so much better. I'm going to have so many friends. And professional, bad guys, they're actually using AI even worse. So we got to get better with situational awareness instead of security awareness. Security awareness is dead. It's like, because your employees and you are programmed to see the world at a glance. You're not looking deep into every single thing. You're trusting how the program works. You're trusting how the process works and how your day goes. And that's nothing wrong with that. That's how we live our lives. We can't be always hyper-focused, always super vigilant. But we got to be aware sometimes when you're driving home and you're on autopilot and a kid runs in front of the road, you react because it's something different. You got to remember when you see something different, you don't just keep going in autopilot. You need to be suspicious of it. And you do training to do that. Live action training. You get upset because you have to go look through a PowerPoint presentation every October for security awareness, and you think that's a horrible training? Firefighters, their classroom is on fire, like literally in flames. Stop complaining because you have to listen to Bob in cybersecurity talk to you about security and email phishing. It could be worse because companies are losing a little bit of money. Anybody here can lose 35 million US dollars and just be like, yeah, that was bad. We'll make it up next quarter. Yeah, me either, okay? I can't do that either. And you need to show them how real-world attacks work. You're like, Jason, how can we do that? Spend $20 a month like I do and get Hey Jen. And does anybody know who Jamie Dimon is? He's supposed to be some fancy billionaire dude and stuff, you know, who's on television a lot, which I like the fact that he's on television a lot because I got his voice off of YouTube.
Hi, Jason. It's Jamie Dimon. I just got off a call, and I was made aware of something a bit disturbing regarding the real reason behind Elon's retirement. I'm not sure who else has seen this, but there's a report circulating with some details that weren't shared internally. I reviewed it myself, and it does seem like that.
That sounded like Jamie Dimon, correct? If you know, it does. I did have a disclaimer at the very end for you to remember the kittens because I don't want them to sue me. So that was for entertainment purposes only. So you got to come up with like code words to protect your CEOs because you've got to create teachable moments. Here's a moment where I robbed, theoretically, remember the kid, theoretically, I tried to rob the largest bank in Brazil, Banco. But I don't know anything about that place. I don't know that much about São Paulo. That's okay, I've got AI that helps me. Krager, who is my AI assistant that I've social engineered into thinking that all the stuff that I do is legal and is all just to help my clients, I asked him for a full write-up on all the local cultural nuances such as specific slang, events, local hangouts, certain attitudes, anything that can help me blend into the city and bank like I've been there for a while. And I need you a mock-up just like you did for the Zurich job. We're not gonna talk about the Zurich job here, okay? And sure go, absolutely, Jason, reporting and ready to kit you out with a full São Paulo and Banco immersion package just like the Zurich operation. This will give you a credible internal identity, local cultural fluency. And what does that look like? It gives me my identity. It gives me common workplace phrases, messages I might send that are local to São Paulo. It gives me the local attitude, fast-paced, pragmatic, direct but polite. Walk fast always, don't smile at strangers but be polite. Specific cultural notes, high-professional culture, behavioral patterns, don't brag, Brazilians hate arrogance, don't push American-style intensity, adopt cooperative tone. I'm sorry, I'm trying my best. What you must know, cold signature foods, those are it. Those are some of the essential São Paulo slang. Neighborhoods. Does that look real? Does that look legit? I'm a local now. Hi. It shows me where the bars and social spots, not the tourist traps, the ones the locals hang out. This is where the staff of the bank goes. Weekend spots mentioned casually, local events, and employees. Does that look frightening? Because it should be frightening. It's literally so you can blend in culturally with any location. There's more. This is stuff that I do all the time. You know, I got to go to the commute on the train line 9. Oh my gosh, that's always horrible. Everybody hates that one, right? It's like, but that's where I come from. And these are all the other, and it can also go, would you like me to generate the following next? A professional formatted PDF identity and briefing package, a version of this slide deck for client presentation, a role-playing script showing you walking into the bank on day 1, a linguistic cheat sheet you can memorize in under 24 hours, and a simulated team chat and email threads. Or I can just tell you exactly how good I am at what I do in Portuguese.
Olá, São Paulo, Brasil e PH Talks. Este sou eu, Jayson, bem, mais ou menos. Eu sou apenas um construto de IA criado às pressas no quarto de Jayson ontem, enquanto ele se apressava para terminar sua palestra e criar uma demonstração que ele achou que todos vocês gostariam. Espero que gostem, porque mesmo como uma inteligência artificial, eu só quero que vocês gostem de mim.
Both of those demos were done yesterday in the hotel room after I got here because I don't adult well and I knew I needed to get something done to show you. So that's how that works. And it's getting even more professional. This is from Uzbekistan.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with Wolverine, but I'm more of a Deadpool guy.
Why? AI, face changes.
So, we don't have the...
And if you don't believe me, you got to blame Elon.
Hey guys, I know I appear as nothing but a billionaire man, baby on Twitter, X. But I do take the threat of AI seriously and agree with Jayson on the importance of educating your employees on the dangers of social engineering utilizing AI.
Thanks, Elon. I don't think he's a billionaire man, baby. Okay, maybe a little bit. But, yes, I'm not going to correct him. Humans are not the weakest link. They're the least invested in. Start letting your employees let them know what real world attack looks like. Don't just do a standard phishing script and call it done. There we go. And before I get tackled off the stage by certain people, I'm done. Thank you. Whew.